What is up, guys? Now, I cannot even begin to put into words how happy I am to be recording this video for you guys right now. For the longest time, I have been waiting for a good slasher movie to come out and bring the genre back to the centerfold. And when I found out that Neon was distributing a horror slasher comedy sort of thing called Hell of a Summer, I nearly shit myself in excitement. And I was finally able to catch this movie tonight with some friends, and I would say it doesn't scratch the exact itch I was looking for with this type of movie. I was thoroughly entertained and had a lot of fun. So let's get into my thoughts. So the movie follows a group of camp counselors. They all arrive at this camp and they are preparing themselves for a summer filled with counseling at camp. I don't fucking know. And our main counselor here, Jason, played by Fred Hetchinger, he's like your typical, hey, we're not gonna fuck around here. Here are the rules. No sex, no drugs, or whatever. But he has like a really goofy, fun attitude about it. And you have the rest of the counselors here who have their own personalities, their own things going on, sort of thing. They're enjoyable, but they're also the type of characters that you really could care less if they get unalived or not. And as the story progresses, our campers here figure out that there is a masked unaliver afoot. So not only are they preparing for a summer worth of counseling at camp, but now they got to figure out how to survive, and then it turns into like a whodunit, and they start blaming each other, and they got to figure out who it is and all that, and that's essentially the plot. Now let's get into my actual thoughts of this movie. Now going in, I did know it was going to be a comedy. Just by the trailer, I knew it was going to be a little bit silly. I would say a good 95% of this movie is just basically watching these camp counselors with all different personalities interacting with each other on this camp. And the other 5% is just this masked person picking these campers off one by one every 20 minutes or so. And that ratio has things going for it, and then it absolutely doesn't have things going for it, depending on the expectations you have going in. If you go in expecting a straight-up slasher with a lot of gore, you're probably going to be disappointed. Because not only are the gorier and slashier scenes pretty much far and few between, but they're also primarily taking place off screen, so it's like, fuck. But if you go in expecting a cheesy fun time on a campground filled with a bunch of counselors that have different personalities and they're all just trying to figure shit out, and it just so happens every once in a while some of them may not live, then you're gonna have a really fun time. First off, I would say Fred Hetchinger absolutely did a phenomenal job as a counselor in this role. He was the shit. And secondly, even though there were some characters that were more favorable than others, not everyone pretty much got the limelight, all of their chemistry was just so good. And to be completely frank though, the only negative I really had with this film is probably the reveal of the masked unaliver themselves. Not that it really ruined anything, because with a movie like this, I don't really think it mattered who it was with the motive in the character or characters themselves. It felt like it was just kind of thrown in there because who really gives a fuck? But overall, guys, I had such a blast and such a fun time with this movie. I can definitely see myself revisiting it in the future. I will say, just go in expecting it to be a little bit more cheesy and comedic, more than it is slashy and gory.